Hello all. Today we are going to learn how to create a defect in Jira. So let's take an example that you're a tester on Facebook.com and your team is, here you go, like we do have Facebook.com and you are testing this page, right? So let's say you have a design. This is a design that we do have here, and this is what you are going to test. So this is a design given by the Facebook designing team, and as you can see here, we have like I have created a small scenario of the defect in the email section here. So this is what is expected on the design, right? So let's say you are testing on facebook.com, you enter facebook.com and you hit enter and you went here, and you just see that the developer has given email or phone number, but the expected was email, right? So this is the defect that we're going to create in Jira. So let's go ahead and create it. This is the dashboard of the team. You'll see the create button over there. So you just have to so this is all the appearance that will look like. Let's go ahead and click create. So the first thing is you'll be selecting the project. As of now, we'll be selecting sample scrum project, that is our team. Let's take an example. So I'll just go with the default that our project team. And the second thing is the issue type. So issue type is something like that there are different types that you can create, right? So at the moment we're creating a defect, which is a bug, right? Your team might say anything like issues, bug, but the icon will look similar, right? So this is what we are going to select. Summary is the title of defect and it is very important. So let's follow some naming convention which helps your developer and even for you to track the defect, right? So basically what we can do on the summary is you can just keep the title of the defect, which is very meaningful. And to make it more manageable, what we do is we just give release version, feature name, and then the title. So that let's go ahead with like November release for an example for this defect, since it's November. Then let's write the feature name here. So we're testing login feature, so we'll just go ahead and write login over here, login feature. So now next what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and write like what environment that we tested, right? This is just for example. So it can be like IT5, IT6. In test we do use different environments. So at the moment I'm writing IT5 here. And now I'll just go ahead and write the defect, right? So the issue was with this email label. So I'll just write a clean title saying, now let's go ahead and write the label on email of text of login page is not as per design, which was the defect here, right? Let me write it down. Description is a key of the defect. So we'll just go ahead with test data. So in the test data section, we'll just write the device name that you have used. If it's device specific issues, like you can go ahead with user ID and password if it's required. And we can go with URL as well. So test data is nothing, but it will help the developer to reproduce the issue with the given test data. So if some issues can be user specific, right? So this will help a lot. And the second thing that will go ahead is steps to reproduce. Go to facebook.com, the link over here, Facebook, copy paste in Chrome browser, and I'll just write hit into here and then look for the email input field label. Third, let's write expected result here. What is expected from the defect? So an email text box should have email label. That is the expected result for us. Now let's go ahead and take a screenshot of the design itself. So we'll just go ahead and highlight the section where we have the expected results. So I'm going to highlight the email section here so that developer can see it. So I'll just go ahead and save it. And over here, I'll click it and try to browse it to attach the file. So I'll just click enter again and let's go ahead with the actual result. What is actual, right? So I'll just go ahead and write the actual result. I'll just copy this section and paste it here. I'll just try to edit with the same. So instead of writing should have, I will write is having label as email or phone number. So again, I will just go ahead and edit it here. So let's go and take a screenshot of this defect itself. So you can just press Command Shift 3 if you're using Mac, and I'll just go ahead and highlight with the red one. Let me import the same image that I did. Now let's write the issue, and this is the section where you describe the issue in detail because the title is very small. So here we'll write label content for input box is not as per design. So with regards to the reporter, the one who is creating the defect, by default, and the name will be appear over there. So with regards to the next fixed version, right? So this is something that you can consult with your team. It depends on the project. Some team might use it, some time might not use it. So this is something like whatever the version that you are putting, right? So that is the label that you can put over there for the fixed version. And priority is always important for the defect, so you can go with the highest priority if it's a blocker defect, and if it's like minor content issue you can go with low, and if it's something functionality issue it's a high. Again, this is something you can consult with the team, like how they have prioritized the defect and how they are doing that. So at the moment I'm just going with a low priority since it's a content issue. With regards to the label, right, so label is also, again, it depends on the company, like what label they are using, but as of now I'm going with UI label since it's a UI defect. And we do have environment below this label, which where you can go ahead and write the environment if you want. And issue is the section where you can link it, or like you can just link the issue, like whatever, you can write it down, right? It's like blogs or like whatever it is, you can just connect with the story. So at the moment you can just like the story that I'm linking it with PST14. So now this is something like whenever the story is open, you will see that defect that is linked with it. With regards to the assignee, so this is like, let's say we have a developer called Onsul here, so I'm going to assign it to him. And with regards to the epic link, again, so this is something that you'll be choosing, like what epic you are testing, and you can just link it with it, or it also depends on the company, you might not use it as well. So let's go with a sprint. A sprint, you can always choose the active sprint so that the team might see the defect in the active dashboard. And I'll just go ahead and click create. So now here you go, the defect is created. I'll just go ahead and search it. It is also on the top. So this is my defect. This is how it looks like. It as you can see here, the summary is coming as a title. The description is clear, right? We have all the test data, steps to reproduce, expected result, actual result, and again the issue in description, since the title is very small and should be clear. So as you can see here, this is how we create a defect in Jira.